Hello everyone, welcome to IMCraft. Welcome to today's tutorial. In today's class, we'll be learning this type of traveling bag. It's super easy and beginner friendly. So this is how the bag is going to look like. If this is what you are looking for, searching for, watch this video to the end. To my returning subscribers, I love you guys. To my new subscribers, you're welcome. Okay, this is how the main body of the bag looks like. Okay, this is the measurement for the main body, which is measuring 20 inches by 25 inches. Okay, 20 inches by 25 inches, and you need two pieces of it. Okay, you need two pieces of the main panel. Okay, so after you might have gotten your two panel, which is measuring 20 by 25 each, okay, you're going to take the fabric and you're going to work on one part first. Okay, you're going to use one to work on it. So you measure this side that is 25 inches. Okay, you measure this side that is 25 inches, then you mark it. Let one part be up and one part be down. You mark it. Okay, that's what I am doing right now, up and down. So after you might have gotten it, now fold it as shown like this. You fold it, or you place it on fold into two equal parts. You place it like this. Then from this open edge, you now mark 4 by 4, 4 inches by 4 inches. Guys, everything is in inches, it's not in centimeter, it's not cm. Okay, it's inches. Okay, after marking 4 by 4, then you now draw it out very well with the help of your ruler. You draw it out with the help of your ruler. Okay, after drawing it with the help of your ruler, you also do the same thing to the other side. Okay, you also mark out 4 by 4 from this other edge. Can you see how I'm doing mine? So you can as well do the same as you are watching me doing it, or you do it later. Okay, it's all the same. The important thing is just get it right. Okay, be patient just to get it right as you want it to be. Okay, after getting it as shown like this, you now draw it with your ruler. Okay, after drawing it with your ruler, then you now align it very well, and you also move to the other edge that is folded, to the other edge that is not open. That's where we are going to work on now to get our perfect measurements for what we want to do. Okay, you are going to also mark 4 inches from this side. Okay, you're going to mark 4 inches. Sorry guys, then you connect it. Okay, you connect it to this side. Just connect it to this side. You also do same to this other part, 4 inches, then you connect it. Okay, can you see? So always be patient and make sure your work is accurate. Okay, after marking this, then you will now need your center. So now I'm going to fold my fabric as shown. Can you see that part? The drawn line is kissing each other. Then I'll now know where my center is, the center of my bag. Then I'll go ahead and cut this 4 by 4. Just cut this 4 by 4. Okay, do not cut that straight line, just cut the 4 by 4 out. Can you see? We've cut the two parts. Okay, so after getting this center is going to help us to mark, to place our pockets. Okay, though the pocket is optional, if you don't want it, no problem. So this is the pocket I'm going to use, my front pocket, which is measuring 11 inches by 10 inches. Okay, it's measuring 11 inches by 10 inches. Okay, I'm going to place it as shown and I'll sew it, but before then I'm going to sew a zipper to it. Okay, I'm going to sew a zipper to it so that I can place whatsoever thing that I want to place there and then zip it up. So I'm going to just cut a little out of it. I'm just going to measure a little out of it, maybe like 2.5 inch. Then I'll just cut it out. Okay, I'll cut it out with the help of my scissors. Okay, after cutting it out with the help of my scissors, I'm now going to sew my zipper to it. Good side of the zipper facing good side of the fabric, just as we normally do it. It's super easy, but if you want to add lining to it, it's also the same thing, but I'm just going to sew mine as shown like this. Okay, after sewing it, you just cut out the excess zipper. Okay, just trim out the excess zipper. Then you now turn it like this, arrange it very well with the help of your hand, and then apply your oil and then top stitch it as you can see me do. Okay, is that simple, very simple and easy. Okay, after getting this part, remember the other smaller part that you cut, you just sew it again to it with the same format. Okay, with the same method. Sew it, turn and top stitch, and I also add my logo to it. Okay, after this, you now add your zip head, add your insert your zip puller. After inserting the zip puller, you now trim out the excess zipper that you don't want. Okay, you can as well secure the edge of your zipper. Okay, after that, I just use this bias tape to tape the upside, but you can as well hem yours. If you want to hem your own, you can hem it, but I just put that bias tape there. Okay, so this center, you remember this center is going to where we are going to sew that pocket to. So find your midpoint and then just local iron it with your machine head to know the center from top to down. Okay, so you do the same to the pocket. You also look for the midpoint, local iron it, and then you're now going to place it as shown like this. You know, we've already marked up and down from our fabric, so I'm going to place the zipper part facing the up of my fabric. So from that line that I've done, I'm leaving 1 inch for up, 1 inch from the downside. Okay, so I'm going to sew it round, or for me, I'll turn it like this first, sew it, and then flip it back to the normal position and sew it round. Can you see how it's coming out neatly and beautiful? It all takes patience. Okay, just patience. Just don't be in a rush to finish any new project that you are trying. Okay, especially for beginners, those that love sewing bags, those that are maybe have not been perfect in bag making, always be patient. So can you see how the result turns out to be? I've already sewn my front pocket. Okay, after sewing this front pocket, I'm now going to carry the other panel. You remember this 20 by 25 is 2 panel, so I'm going to place it as shown like this to just cut this other 4x4, or you can as well use your what is it called, your tape, and then cut it out. It will be the same thing, but to save time, I just cut it as shown like this. Okay, after getting this part, I'm going to have my handle, which I measured about 53 or 52, there about 52 inches. Okay, after getting it is 2 pieces. Okay, after getting the 2 handles, I'm going to now look for the midpoint of my handle. Then I'm just going to sew it a little. I'm going to sew it a little, marking from the center 4 inches for both sides, making it 8. Okay, 4 inches for both sides, making it 8, and I am just going to sew from mark point to mark point. I am going to sew it, okay? 4 from this side from the center, 4 from the other side from the center, okay? So I'm going to just sew it. Can you see how I just sew it a little? Then after sewing it, look at how I'm going to place my handle, okay? I'm going to place my handle as shown like this to cover the pocket and also to stop at 4 inches from the top side, okay? Stop at 4 inches from the top side. Just mark it and stop at maybe perhaps 4 or 5 inches, but stop at that 4 inches, as you can see, so that it will not enter the top side, so that it will give it a little gap, okay? So after placing it like this, you're just going to sew it to this point. Can you see? So you also do the same thing to the back panel. You use the same method to measure it to the back panel, okay? So after doing this, I went ahead and cut my lining, okay? I cut my lining, same measurement with the what is it called, with the panel, okay? 20 by 25 inches. So I now place my zipper good side facing good side of the fabric and good side of the lining facing the side of my fabric, and I sew it straight, okay? Can you see how I'm doing mine? I just sew it straight like this. It's not that difficult. It's super easy and beginner friendly. I tell you, you sell a lot in this season. Just try it, okay? Just try it. It saves time and you sell a lot, okay? After sewing it like this, I now cut out the excess zipper. I just cut it out, okay? And the excess thread, okay? After that, I now turn it over. I turn it over and I arrange it well with the help of my hand, and I apply my oil to it, and I also give it a straight and a neat top stitch, okay? I give it a straight and a neat top stitch, okay? After top stitching it, the result is as shown. Can you see how beautiful it looks? Then I went ahead and top stitch these sides. Can you see where my hand is pointing? Just top stitch it, okay? Can you see I've top stitched it? Then I went ahead and cut this part out. Just trim it out, okay? It's that easy. Just trim out the excess lining that you don't want to bring out the same size as your fabric. Is that simple, okay? So after getting this done, we are going to find the midpoint of our what is it called, the midpoint of our zipper side to enable me sew the other part conveniently and fine, to enable me sew the other part of my bag, to sew the zipper to the other back panel, okay? So I also look for the midpoint of this panel. Can you see? It's very beautiful. Please, can you just give this video a thumbs up if you find it interesting and helpful? So after getting the midpoint, I just place it like this, and I also carry my other lining. The other lining, I sew a zipper to it with using the same method as to this method that I use here. So you can also do the same, okay? So it's optional. So I now place my lining as shown, okay? I just place my lining as shown, or I open up the zipper since I've already notched the center, then good side facing good side of the zipper, then notch side to notch side, then now clip it, then I carry my lining, good side of the lining where I've sewn the pocket, to the good side of my fabric. Then I sew it using the same format that I did to the front panel, and I cut out the excess that I don't want. So can you see the results now? Can you see how it looks? So after that, I just put my head zipper, my puller. I used two. Okay, after using it too, I secure the mouth, the edges. I secure the edges of my puller. Okay, after securing the edges of my puller, of my zipper, I mean to say, so I will now go ahead now to join the main body of my bag together. This is the fastest way to sew a traveling bag. Okay, it's one of the fastest way anyways. It's one of the fastest way. So I'll now start with the downside. I'll now sew it like this, straight. I'll just give it a straight stitch. Okay, after stitching it, I can advise you to always sew twice so that it's to avoid any losing or any complaint from any clients. Okay, since they are going to, some people can overload their bag as if it's a trailer bag. So after sewing it like this, can you see I've sewn all the other side? So after sewing it like this, I'm going to cover the rough edges. I'm going to cover the rough side with my bias tape. Can you see? Cover it with my bias tape, and it looks beautiful and neat. Then I'm going to close up this part like this. Can you see? I'll close here. I'll also close this part. All the four parts, I'm going to close them neatly. It's very fast and easy. Okay, I'm going to close it neatly. Then I'll also tape all those places. Can you see? So we are done with our backbone. Any other parts that you think might lose, you just burn it with your candle or with your lighter. Okay, this is the end part of our bag. We are going to turn to see what we have done so far. Okay, so we have turned our bag out in. Can you see how beautiful it looks? Already very easy and beginner friendly. So viewers, at this point, if you find this tutorial helpful and impactful, can you please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, comment down below, share with your friends, okay, and let me know what you really want me to be posting on this channel most for you. Okay, this is how the bag is going to be. So thank you for stopping by, thank you for your time, and thank you for your patience. To my returning subscribers, I love you so very much. To my new subscribers, you are all